Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. We are 2 weeks from the first full slate of NFL action, 11 days from that opener with Buffalo at the Los Angeles Rams. And Sundays are going to be a fun day, at least for me. I've been doing football picks and fantasy football for 26 years. I've been very successful. Not to brag, in both criteria, whether it's picking players or picking teams. I have 6 survivor pool wins under my belt, some of them being very large ones. I have a big cash in a daily fantasy, and I've won multiple year-long fantasy football leagues, too many to count, actually. So I thought, you know what? Why not have fun with this 1 million Gimme 5 at 55 health coaching channel and give you guys a chance to make some money? Not bad, too, right? We look at that circle of life. One of those things is finances. Now, gambling can be an addiction, so be careful with that. But at the same time, it can be fun too. So, what am I here today to talk? What am I going to talk about here today? We're looking at fantasy football targets, guys who I think are going to outperform their ADP. And the first spot we're going to look at, the glamour position. Why not go with the prettiest guy out there, the pretty boy, the blonde locks? We're going to Jacksonville, and we're going to look at Trevor Lawrence. I think he's going to be a guy that is going to be a top 5 quarterback this year. Bold statement. He's being drafted in that 15 to 20 range right now. People were much higher on him last year. Urban Meyer's gone. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to give you 4,500 yards, 35 touchdowns, 400 yards running, and another 5 touchdowns or so. So, yeah, go after pretty boy. Go after Blondie there. I think he's gonna outperform where a lot of people are looking. I also like Travis Etienne in Jacksonville too. Putting those two guys together, I think they're going to have a great season. Look no farther at quarterback and running back than Jacksonville, quite frankly. Could I be wrong? Sure. But let's see. And then A.J. Dillon, I think, is going to be an amazing selection if you're able to get him on your team. I think he ends up being running back 1, or at least the most productive fantasy running back in Green Bay. And quite frankly, I think Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, based on their lineup, you still got Aaron Rodgers back there. I think that they may end up both being top 10 or at least top 15 running backs. 2 running backs from the same team. You could even start both of them, and I think that wouldn't hurt you in certain league formats, especially like a 12 or 14 team format. You could grab both of those guys and start them, and I think you'd be all right. Looking at wide receiver, one guy I've seen just free falling is DK Metcalf. Now, I know lots of issues, some off the field stuff. Who's throwing the football? Maybe Pete Carroll wants to go back there and take some snaps. I don't know, but go let him fall, and if he falls, snag him. He's going in places that would put him as like your wide receiver 3, a flex, and the guy's talent is still there. The guy's still a beast. You get the ball up to him, he's going to make some amazing plays. I think DK Metcalf could be a really good target for you as he free falls down the draft board. And then also, I'm going to go homer here a little bit, just because they don't really have anybody else to throw to. I think Darnell Mooney, and I do think Justin Fields might have a solid top 12 quarterback year. His running ability, and he's going to be the starter as long as he stays on the field. But yeah, just to give you another nugget about a quarterback. But yeah, Darnell Mooney is going to be a wide receiver that's going to be top 15, I think. And he's getting drafted around like top 20, top 25, maybe even top 10 for Darnell Mooney. And then here, I know popular name, but Kyle Pitts. I think he's tight end number 1 this year. He's not going to catch 1 touchdown again, and I know it's Marcus Mariota, maybe someone else throw him the football, but do not sleep on Kyle Pitts. Go snag him. Go snag him in the late second, early third round. I think you can get him there, or at least guarantee yourself a spot getting him there, and you're gonna not be disappointed with Kyle Pitts on your team, and especially if he's still available in keeper. A keeper league, man, and you can snag him with a third round pick and be able to keep him for a second rounder next year if that's the format that you use. You'll be sitting pretty there, because he's going to put up wide receiver 1 numbers this year. That's why he's going to be tight end number 1, but if you put him in wide receiver, he's going to be like a wide receiver 7 or 8. You heard it here first. I didn't get the plane today at 5 minutes, so you got 6, and I hope my picks work out, and I'm looking forward to giving you guys some more strategies. Just remember, I'll say one other thing about drafting. Each draft falls differently, right? The biggest thing is look for value. Wait on quarterback typically, but man, look for value, and don't draft a kicker before the last round. It's ridiculous. They flip-flop, and you can literally sub kickers all year. Shh, don't tell anybody. And the same goes for defense, really. So I hope I'm not letting the cat out of the bag, but I still see people like holding on to like kickers like they're, gold. And it's like, dude, at the end of the year, kicker 1 and kicker 12 usually only have about 1 to 2 points per game difference. Is that going to make or break your season? No. And what you can end up doing there with your kickers is by playing the advantage on weak teams and just, alternating kickers throughout the course of the year, you may end up technically being like kicker 1 based on just playing whoever you think has the best matchup. So think about that too. And don't draft a kicker before the last round. Again, I cannot reiterate that enough. Again, no plane, so you got me for almost 8 minutes. Have a great Sunday. Looking forward